should get those. Yeah. That'd be smart. Yeah. Let's head over to the shops as always. Anything good? Nope. Not what I wanted. That's so literally what I'm wearing right now. Mine has a different thing though. You know, it's amazing. They added hurry up here, but they didn't add hurry up in the other place. It's still... God, I know Nintendo doesn't know how to do online, but... Oh my god, they're still as backwards as ever. Especially with Splatoon. And we will get to that. We will get to that. What do you got? Anything good? I don't like Bubble Blower. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, these are whatever weapons. These are whatever weapons. Anything else? Gotta stay fresh. Modern. All the way. Wait. What? Oh yeah, because we got full swim gear now. Yeah, that's neat. Alright. Well, hello, and welcome to Splat and Chat number 7. We got a lot to talk about. There was a Nintendo Direct yesterday, so we'll be going over that. I wanted to stream my reaction to it, but it was just at such an inconvenient time, and I just didn't have the time to do it, so I didn't. But, yeah, we're here today. Normally I would do this next week, especially because they just announced the Splatfest, I want to say today. Retro versus Modern, but, And I may, because we are definitely doing Twilight Princess next week, but I may come back next week and still check out the Splatfest, more of like a silent stream, just because I'm curious what's different. But we'll start off as always. We'll do a ranked battle or two just to kind of get into it, or a non-ranked. The maps change over in like 10 minutes. So yeah, it switches over to Rainmaker. So we'll be playing Rainmaker tonight. Yeah, just kind of relax a little bit. I do have to go get some water at some point because I cannot find my cup of water anywhere. Oh, and I should have picked a different weapon. It's a bad idea for me to have a umbrella. Yeah, with the Splatfest theme, I'm definitely retro. Retro is definitely the way to go. Well, I'm a very simple clothing guy. At the end of the day, I do definitely think that retro is... it's just my style. Even though, I mean, you guys have seen me on camera. I wear the same bowling shirt in almost every camera appearance. What am I saying? I do. I have like 9 copies of the same shirt. That's my style. I couldn't turn around fast enough. Yeah, how's everyone been doing? It's, oh my god, it's been a long day. The last 2 days, college have just been killing me, and I still got so much more shit to do. Where'd he go? I was like, where did that sniper go? And then, before I know it, I was out. Oh god, we haven't even touched up there. Yeah, no, having Umbrella was not what I wanted. I mean, I'll definitely when we get into Rainmaker, I'll definitely want the Umbrella. Oh god, they've pushed all the way into our base. Ugh. Oof. Nope. Oh wow, they actually got him. That was not bad range. I should check if there's any gear I have to do. That's kind of... I know there was some gear I had to shuffle. But I don't know if there was any gear I had to actually, like, work with. Oh god, no, we lost this. This is not going well. I really God, I can't believe I didn't think of it. I can't believe I... Nope, we lost. Totally. Don't forget your spin move? Spin move? What? Oh god, please tell me I'm not forgetting something. Oh. I know I'm rusty, but still. Yeah, no, that was horrible for me. They added a spin move. Wait, did they? I have not been keeping track of the updates. Did they? So that's kind of awesome. I do need to change out. I'll go back to the traditional, this for the moment. Let's see, do I have any shirt I need to... What are you? Okay, you're a crack-on. You're a forge. Nah, nothing I need to do there. What are you? Okay, you're a crack-on as well. I need to shuffle that. And I need to shuffle... I needed to shuffle one of the... Maybe it... Oh, okay, we're kicked into game. I don't know, maybe I'm thinking of something else. A spin move. I would say I should try out some of that new weapons, but they seem to just be the old weapons with just new specials. That's not very different, and with the exception of the roller and the other thing, none of them are really my style. Oh god, no. No! God, they got a counterclockwise motion. Hit the right joystick. As far as I know, only... Oh, well, yeah, I don't use dualies. I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. I just don't use dualies. I use umbrella. Shit! I was not paying... I was reading the chat. Counterclockwise the controller. Yeah, no, I know exactly what you're talking about with the dualies. Hasn't that... Unless that's something new, hasn't that been there since the start? I may try that out. I may look into that. I'm just waiting for Rainmaker to start up here in a few minutes. Because that's what I'm interested in, and then the show will actually... Shit! Unless I'm thinking of just something completely different here, which, knowing me, that's not too far out of the picture. I know they were somewheres. I need to start making forward progress. Shit! Ah. How did the bomb hit me? Because that did not look like it was on me at all. Ooh, what is that shirt? Ooh, I'm interested in that shirt. No, shit. Yeah, no, I've lost the snow. What you're talking about is the actual dodge. They added a new thing where it looks like an all-around shoots ink everywhere. If it works on... We'll try that out. We'll try that out once Rainmaker starts. I'm kind of curious. I'll go buy the new pair of dualies. I might as well. Because, I mean, we've got a minute until it switches over to Rainmaker and we get the actual show started. Yeah, I guess we'll start at the beginning. Counterclockwise. Nope. I wonder what that... I want to see what that basketball jersey was. What team is that? Who... Was that you that had that? 10 of 10... Ooh, I like that. Order that. Alright. Multiplayer maps have updated. Okay, where are they? Right here. Try the spin move. Yep, that's what we're gonna do. Counterclockwise the controller. Okay, what? Okay, counterclockwise. I feel like this isn't it. Because, yeah, this is the dodge I know. I don't know, maybe I'm not doing it right. Oh my god. Nice. That's not... That feels way too simple to be what you're talking about. Unless I'm just overthinking it. Spin. Heck. Yeah, I know, I suck. Yeah, no, there's left. Left. Wait, something's not right here. Oh, God. Okay, counter. Alright, I need to actually... Give me 1 second. Let me, let's see here. How to dodge roll, spin doctor, 5 tips and tricks, 10, what, auto rotating camera, spin move. I mean, I am interested in this. This does sound interesting. Maybe I'm just... See, I wanna... That's going clockwise. Yeah, no, I'm just completely missing it. I'll fully admit that. Let's go into whatever it's called, and let's buy the some of the new stuff. I'll check out the new roller. Yeah, we'll get to that later. And let's do the new dually as well. I don't know. Yeah, let's go into Rainmaker and start this show off. Oh God, we've already been going 20 minutes. Okay. Ranked. What's the maps? Piranha Pit's okay. Snapper Canal. Yeah, they're both fine maps. Could be worse. Could be. Ugh. There's some. Ugh. So where do we start off? Let's talk about the Nindy showcase. This was a few months. This was almost a month ago now, and for a good duration of the Wii U's era, I played only Nintendo games and indie games. Some on Wii U, some on PC. So I basically am an indie gamer, and while I know some people are sick of indie games, especially on the Switch, because they want first-party stuff, personally, I don't really mind it. It's not that big of a deal to me. So, I don't have a problem, but we got an Indie Direct, and there were some good things announced in it. The big one, for me, was Into the Breach. That's a game I know very little about. I know it's made by, Who did it? It's a studio that did something else I really liked. What do you want from Smash? Who do you want for Smash? Okay, I'll go off topic. We'll get back to Smash later, and we'll talk about what happened in the Nintendo Direct. But my personal personal one is Rex and Pyra. I'm just gonna Rex and Pyra's one I want. It's just, or Elma. But that's kind of my boring choice. There was another big one, but I don't remember who it was. Oh, I know, but we'll get back to that. But so Nindy, so we got Into the Breach, a mech game. Hey, Elma, and it looks good. Towerfall Ascension. I know Matt something Games talked about how they will porting into Switch, and it comes out like next week. So if you're interested in Towerfall Ascension, that's a good one to go for. Another one is come on. Another one is Towerfall. There's Untitled Goose Game. That Untitled Goose Game looks amazing. It's just so accurate to how, like, if you're up in the is it the Northwest with the gooses? Oh my god, those suckers are so annoying. Didn't they just announced the port of Katamari Damacy yesterday? Right? We'll talk about it later. I'm super excited for it. But yeah, no, they announced the port of Katamari Damacy. And then the other one, which I don't think it was in the direct, but it's coming out like next week, Ultimate Chicken Horse. Ultimate Chicken Horse is one of the greatest multiplayer games ever. It's so much fun, and it's coming to Switch. I'll probably buy it again. It's so great. But yeah, the indie showcase, there were a few things. There's always something to keep you interested. So I'll always give them credit for that. Next up, we got Dragalia Lost? This is that new mobile game Nintendo's teamed up with some other studio to make. Personally, I don't care for it. It looks like whatever. Honestly, it's not my style of game. I mean, I have trouble getting into Nintendo's indie games. Animal Crossing Pocket Camp, the Fire Emblem one. I like Fire Emblem. I cannot get into the Fire Emblem mobile game. Oh god, I don't even know what happened. Oh shit, the Chicken Horse is getting ported. I think it's on Chicken Horse. If you pre-order it, it's like $10. It's 10% off. So I think it's like $15, maybe even less than that. But it comes out, I want to say the 25th. I'm gonna have to double dip and buy it again. It's such a good game. But so yeah. That happens. Dragalia Lost. Oh god, let's talk about Sony for a second. Freaking. We'll talk about Sony and some third-party stuff that I don't care about, and then we'll get into the Nintendo Direct. I only play Fire Emblem Mobile for the waifus. Yep. Fire Emblem when I got Aqua. When finally going through the gacha, and I finally got Aqua, and I was super excited. And then I just kind of gave up on it. Probably, it wasn't, I mean, yeah, no, I just haven't played it much. But, so Sony and Fortnite. I don't care about Fortnite. I've probably put less than 10 hours into it. I know some people care about it a lot more than I do. But the one thing I do care about Fortnite, the one thing that Fortnite actually has potential to do is cross-platform. I think cross-platform is super important for the future of the gaming industry. And Sony are just being massive dickheads about it. And with their whole statement of Sony is the best place to play Fortnite. People should only be playing Fortnite on Sony. That's why we're not doing console. Even though, by extension, not doing crossplay instantly makes them the most inferior version. Oh, they're such massive knobheads. He's being... Yeah, they just double down, and it's super annoying. Even though I still want a PlayStation 4, because Spider-Man came out last week, and oh, it looks so good. I went. We'll talk about it later, but I went to a GameStop. Ugh. But while I was there, they had the demo of Spider-Man, and I played that sucker for a while, and oh, it's so much fun. I'm so excited. I want to play Spider-Man, but I don't have a PS4. One day. But Sony is being massive knobheads about it. On the shooter side of games, I don't care about, because the only shooter I play is Splatoon. Battlefield 5 got delayed. I don't care. I find it... The only thing I find funny about Battlefield 5 is that, it's, they delayed it for Red Dead Redemption. Another game that looks amazing that I know is going to be ruined by microtransactions. Next month. I think it's next month. So excited for Battlefield 5, but it's gonna let us down. Not Battlefield. I'm so excited for Red Dead. But it's going to be a disappointment because it's 2K games, and 2K games love their microtransactions. Oh, NBA 2K19, microtransaction-riddled mess. I feel like people don't talk about GTA 5 when it comes to microtransactions, but I honestly think it's one of the worst. Like, it has microtransactions way worse than most others, and nobody talks about it. But that's super so that's coming. Another thing, in the last Out of Games news that I just happen to know and have written down here, the Black Ops demo is on Xbox and I know it's also on PC, where you can play the Battle Royale mode, which does admittedly look... I can see the merit to it. I can also see the problem with it. Come on. Yes, there we go. But yeah, the Black Ops 4 demos this weekend. Cool, I guess? I probably won't check it out, but I know that's also this weekend, so I thought I'd bring it up. Yeah. And yeah, is that all I got? I mean, I've got a few other topics we'll talk about, and we'll get to some of them later. But let's go into the Nintendo Direct. The big thing, this happened yesterday. I wanted to get my live reactions. I really did, but it was just too inconvenient of a time. So I didn't do it. There was nothing... there were two things that I was like, oh, shit. Everything else was just kind of like, yeah, cool. And there are some things I don't care about at all. Let's start off where it started off. Some of these things I'm going to be doing in order, some of them not. It started off with Luigi's Mansion 3. I talked about this last month. With the Simon Belmont trailer, Luigi, right, he was shooting a plunger. He had a new backpack, the Poltergust. So that was them hinting at a new Luigi's Mansion game. And to see it actually happening is really cool. I'm really excited. It seems to have a hotel gimmick this time around. Which, yeah, no, that's kind of cool. I know, I love the original Luigi's Mansion. I play it every year in the week leading up to Halloween. Well, sometimes I play the sequel. Because I know some people don't like Dark Moon. Personally, I think it's fine. I think Dark Moon's an okay game. I think it gets too much shit sometimes. Come on! Boom! I think Dark Moon gets too much shit. I know it did smaller maps and it did a more mission-focused thing. But I think Dark Moon is a fine game. I really do. So, yeah, I'm super excited for a new one on Switch. If I had to guess a release date, I'm going to say, like, June. I love it. I want it earlier than that. But just knowing Nintendo, Yoshi's going to be in May, or March. We'll get to the other one's going to be in May. So, but I expect it in June. June is the earliest I can see it. Well, maybe April. Maybe April. We'll see. if I had to, so we're doing a hotel. My hope is we need a game with Luigi and Daisy. In Luigi's Mansion, in both of them, you're always saving You're always saving Mario. We need to save Daisy. Just like Daisy's in Smash Bros. She's clearly a bigger character now. Put her in with Luigi. Or the other thing they can do is not instead of making her a damsel, maybe she goes in the mansion with Luigi. Maybe the entire game has a co-op focus where you can play the game with a second player that has the ability to oh god, come on, run. Yeah, we lost it. But what if we had did a kind of like what the 3DS mode is getting with a second player? What if this game has a second player mode where the second player plays as Daisy? That'd be kind of cool. I don't think it's going to happen, mind you, but I want that. I just want Daisy to be in it. And we've seen like picture frames with like X's over Mario, Peach, and Toad. So that's clearly leading towards something. What that could be, I'm not entirely sure. But they're clearly leading it somewheres. I'm excited. I don't know how I feel about the ghost design. Much like Dark Moon, it seems to be very simplistic. I don't know if they're... I'm assuming they're going to try to find a blend between Dark Moon and the original. Which, in theory, I have no problem with. Because, again, I like Dark Moon. We'll see, we'll see. But we're not gonna see any of it until next year. That's a given. Next up... let's see, what do I got next? Oh gosh, I have no... Let's talk about the Capcom Beat 'em Up bundle. So this was something that's announced. Just a bunch of arcade beat 'em up games from Capcom. Cool. None of the... I don't really care about beat 'em up games, so I'll admit this isn't my style. But hey, if you are interested in it, cool. I just don't care about it. It is cool that we're getting... I'm all aboard the preservation of gaming, which is why things like MU Paradise shutting down really breaks my heart. Because there's just so... Or like the Wii shop getting shut down. Right? It's just so much history that's being lost. And that's always a bad thing in my mind. Oh god, I meant to side roll there. But yeah, so preserving that stuff is always good in my mind. City Skylines. City Skylines, I really haven't played. But I have been watching. Is his name RT Gaming over here on Twitch and on YouTube? He's been blowing up recently. And good for him. He does some pretty good stuff. But he's been doing City Skylines and his West Virginia, just cratering the planet. It's really entertaining. But, so I am interested. The frame rate, I know I'm not the only one to point this out, but the frame rate looks really bad. It came out today. It came out, well, yesterday. So, if you are interested, go for it. But something about it just doesn't look great. But the actual game itself is probably fine. Probably, anyways. I'm probably not gonna, though. Next up... Ooh, let's do Mega Man 11. So, Mega Man 11, there were many tragedies of this Direct, where there were clearly something that was supposed to be announced during the Direct, but then it didn't get announced, and it got delayed, or it got announced by their parent company. One of them was this. The Mega Man 11 thing was clearly supposed to be revealed during the Direct with the demo, but because of everything that happened, they couldn't show it off. So instead, what they had to they released the demo anyways, but Mega Man 11, it was clearly supposed to happen during the Direct, which someone said there was an obvious reason why the Direct got delayed, and my guess is it's City Skylines. City Skylines is a game in which you can literally make an earthquake. it would make sense if that's the reason why it got delayed. Unless there was some sort of announcement they just completely removed from the Direct. Which is also equally as possible. But the Mega Man 11 demo, I have played it. I suck at it. I don't know entirely how I feel about it. I feel like, gameplay-wise, I think it's mostly fine. I feel like there should be a dash button. It just feels like it's missing. The actual level design is fine. There was this whole, I think they were calling it Door Gate or something stupid. Ah, God, I can't believe... There was a puddle gate with Spider-Man. Oh my God, that was stupid. The game still looks... Even if it was graphically downgraded, the game still looks fine. I don't know why people are complaining. But the game, graphically, it looks okay. In action, yeah. The double gear system is an interesting gimmick. I'm glad they are switching it up a little. But yeah, the demo's okay. It's hard. It's... Oh my God. It was a pain in the ass. I will admit, I do not know how I feel about life systems. In the year 2018, especially when a game like Mario Odyssey doesn't have a life system, we don't need life systems in games anymore. I firmly believe life systems are just a cheap tactic arcade games use to feel harder. It doesn't actually make the game any harder. Did Piranha Pit get a redesign, or does the stage just look different when you're playing in Rainmaker? Because I swear to God, this stage looks completely different normally. Right? I can't be the only one who sees this. Did I kill wait, who did I kill? I didn't kill anyone right there, did I? But I do... Life systems suck. The rain... Is that it? Because... Yeah, I guess you're right. This just... Oh, yeah, you are right. See, I've never played this map on Rainmaker before. Whenever I come to play online, I usually have the worst luck with maps. Always Kelp Dome. Always Mako Tower. Or, what... The tower... Not Arowana. Like, compared to Torform. Yeah, see, I can see the map difference. Yeah, you start over there normally. Because I do play this map. I've actually had good luck with this map in Splatfest and Tower Control. But, yeah, no, I've never done this one in Rainmaker. I have the worst luck with maps. The one we did at the very beginning, the ship, I always get that map. I'm so sick of that map. And then there's the maps from the original game that I still hate. Kelp Dome. Still hate Kelp Dome. Still hate... Yeah, Mega Man 11. Diablo 3. It's... Am I the only one? Are you going to stream... Okay. I'll actually... You know, let's actually talk about Xenoblade before I get into Diablo 3. So, Xenoblade, you know, I want Rex and Pyra in Smash Bros. They're probably my biggest, because the original Xenoblade is one of my favorite games of all time. The thing is, though, I have not beaten X. Or, not X. I have not beaten 2. See, I did not beat Xenoblade Chronicles 2. And I said in August, my goal was I was going to sit down and I was only going to play Xenoblade Chronicles 2 until I beat it. That didn't happen. I tried and I put like 20 hours in, but I just couldn't do it. I couldn't beat it. One day. And if Rex and Pyra make it... Because the only reason I played the original Xenoblade... The only reason I played the original Xenoblade Chronicles was because Shulk made it in Smash Bros. When Shulk made it in Smash Bros, I was like, who's this? I've never heard of this character before. Maybe I should check this game out. So I did, and it's amazing. So for 2, if Rex and Pyra make it in, that's kind of gonna be a big deal for me. And I still, from what I played, I still loved them. But I do need to. I'll totally admit, I'm the worst. 400, I don't... See, I'm not the type of guy who can put 400 hours into a game. I'm lucky if I can... It's rare that I can get more than 50. I'm the worst. I mean, yeah, Splatoon, I've put over 100, which I know that's amateur hour for most. For me, that's a big deal. Pokemon, but I cannot put more than 50 hours in a game. Breath of the Wild's one of the few exceptions. I can name on two hands all the games I put over 100 hours into. I can name on one finger the games I put 1,000 hours into. I'm just the worst. But the Torna DLC, so if, with you, have you, because the expansion pass, you got it today. Did you get it today? Or are you doing the physical next week? Because I think it's cool. I actually think it's really cool they're doing a physical. That's something you don't see very often, especially for DLCs. But it basically is its own campaign at this point, so it makes sense. I got it a while ago. So you got the expansion thing, or... Either way, that's cool. It's cool that they're doing it. Yeah, that's Xenoblade. I want to. I will... I need to do it. It's just, I'm so busy with college right now. I'm just making excuses. One day. Did we even... God, we did horrible on this map. Yeah, that's Xenoblade. I have that right there. Torna, Golden Country. So, where was I? Diablo 3. It's weird to hear... Well, that's the thing. I am focused. I mean... Oh, I'm an English major. Oh, yeah. Well, and I mean, so much of my time is spent on it. And I do try to do leisure. Like this. I can only stream once, because of work and school. I get once, maybe twice a week. And I love doing the show, man. Splat and Chat's so much fun for me. But Diablo 3, it's weird to hear Nintendo say hell. Like, that just doesn't sound right coming from a Nintendo Direct. But they did it anyways. Diablo, I never played Diablo 3. The only thing I know about Diablo 3 is the Bogey 2988 video. You know, the one that made him famous, basically. That was crazy. So, I know nothing about it. I don't think it's a game I'll be into. But I probably won't do it. I've got too much on my plate already. And I've got... Oh my god, I've still got money to save up for Smash Bros. Shit, that was a horrible jump. No, I'm not gonna do it, but that comes out later this year. Next up, StarLink Battle for Atlas. This is, you know, I said when they showed this off last year at E3, I was like, really, a Toys to Life game again? Shit, I didn't think I was that close to it. A Toys to Life game, really? And, well, I still think Toys to Life, even though I own almost 100 amiibo, and maybe this is why I'm so bitter towards Toys to Life, I still think no new Toys to Life, thank you very much. I will admit, though, the game itself, StarLink, actually does not look bad. Like, I think the game looks fine. There we go. I think StarLink looks fine, but it's just... I'm not going to buy it. It's a Toys to Life game. I think it has... Much like Labo, it has an $80 entrance fee, which just isn't worth it. They have the new Labo, the new thing that comes out soon. The vehicle one, and it looks really cool. Hey, I'm right, guess. Cool. Neat. But they... Ooh, and I leveled up as well. Yay. The new Labo looks really cool, But I just, much like the original Labo, I feel like it's going to be super shallow. And that's why I'm not going to get it. I didn't get the first one either. It's just their Labo is way too shallow for my liking. But StarLink, it looks good, but it's another Toys to Life. I will, if much like Lego Dimensions and Disney Infinity, if in a few years, once everything is sold, and once it's sold its money and it starts like dropping in price because stupid Toys to Life, and you can get it for like, I think you can get like Skylanders, Imaginators for like $20. I may pick it up then, but that's for not for a while. StarLink, Battle for Atlas, Warframe. Warframe is actually one of the few free-to-play games I've heard good things about. Yeah, I've heard good things about Warframe. I don't like free-to-play games. For $2 for the supercharged. Oh my gosh. I remember when it used to be, God, it was like $60 to buy the new ones, maybe even more. Because I was actually a big fan of Skylanders. I liked the gimmick. I thought the games were actually really fun. Up until Superchargers, actually. The last game I bought was, what was the fourth one? Trap Team? I think it was Trap Team. Trap Team was not bad. It was probably actually like the second best one. But I just couldn't, after that, I was kind of done with the series. I felt like it had gone its course. And I just couldn't get into Superchargers. But yeah, Warframe and other, it's, free-to-play games definitely do have their existence in this economy. My problem is, the pay-to-play games. You know, the NBA 2K18s, or 19, or whatever, the FIFA 19s. The games that charge you an entrance fee just to then force you to pay microtransactions. NBA 2K19 recently they revealed that when doing review scores, they actually made, when reviewers were playing the game, they actually had a bunch of they messed with the XP rate. So that way reviewers would get more XP while playing the game, and then once it was officially released, they changed it to make it worse to encourage people to buy microtransactions. It's that scummy business practice that makes me hate mobile games. Or that makes me hate, like, the pay-to-play. If you want to make a freemium game, go ahead. I have no problem with that. My problem is they always charge you to play. That's where they lose me. Oh, I was like, where's the Rainmaker? But if you're going to be free to play, sure, go ahead. Fortnite. I don't like Fortnite. I don't like the Battle Pass. Or, well, actually, it's not that I don't like it. It's just, it's not my style. I'm not going to pay for it. But it's better than PUBG's Battle Pass, where you pay $30 to get into the game, just to have to pay another, like, $10 a month for the Battle Pass. No, thank you. No, thank you. And then we got The World Ends With You. This is an RPG. It came out on the DS. I heard nothing but great things about, but I never bought. And now it's coming to Switch. And again, I'm interested in it. I heard nothing but good things. I know it was originally a 2-screen game, so I don't know how well that holds up. I'd like to hope it does, anyways. Oh my god, everyone's coming toward me. They're all gonna die. But I'm interested in The World Ends With You. My problem is there's too many games coming out. I know people have said, like, oh my god, I almost did that same thing again. There's too many games coming out here at the end of July. Too many games I'm interested in. And plus Smash Bros. With the amiibo, because I am a collector. is going to cost around it's going to cost over $100. So I don't have the money to afford on games anymore. And I'm already considering Mega Man 11. I'm already considering Ultimate Chicken Horse, which is next freaking week. We've got Nintendo Online, which we'll talk about here in a minute. God, there's too much shit coming out. And people say Nintendo has no games. I don't know what they're talking about. I will admit, 2019, 2018 was a slower year. I'll admit there wasn't always something coming out. It definitely felt like there were a few more dead months this year than normal. But, to that end, there's still a lot of stuff coming out. I think we totally lost. I don't think we got anywhere. Well, actually, did we? Maybe we have that. Barely. But 2019 is looking to be a packed year. Oh my god, there's so much more stuff I didn't do. Yeah, we'll get to that stuff. We'll get to that. Yeah, sure. So I want to talk about Nintendo Switch Online. It launches next week? The 18th. That's, what, 4 days away? That's nothing. Nothing. So, I don't know if it's gonna... I already said... I'm not gonna say I don't think it's gonna be any good. I know it's not gonna be any good. I don't think Nintendo's doing dedicated servers. I haven't spoken all. I'll just let you know I'm still here. Advising my... Yeah, no problem. Just splatting and chatting, you know how it goes. Just relaxing. But Nintendo Online, it's not going to be any good. If Nintendo is doing dedicated servers, tell us. But based on how I know Nintendo and the fact that they're still stuck in the year 1998, I wonder if they even know what a dedicated server is. It wouldn't surprise me if it didn't. They're idiots. Why would they know what a dedicated server is? They can't even store Splatoon's data on their own servers because I doubt they even know how to. Something most online games figured out years ago, Nintendo's clearly still struggling with. Right? Because they just don't know how to do it. They don't know how to make a modern game. They get close, but it's always no cigar. Oh god, I died. It's... So, the first thing is that you can use... Hey, we won, cool. You can just play online. Like what I'm doing right now, they're going to start charging you money for it, even though they're also giving away a 7-day trial, even though they've already done like a 1.5-year trial. Whatever. God, they're idiots. They're idiots. So they're doing that. They have cloud saves. Cloud saves is a cool thing. Personally, I said this on Twitter, I don't really care about cloud saves. They're not that big of a deal. Like, if let's say my Switch broke or whatever, and I had to, replay Breath of the Wild. Well, yeah, that's probably another 100 hours. I didn't 100% it. And it'd suck, I'd still do it. It's not that... Cloud saves on a single-player game are not that big of a deal for me. To that end, though, same thing with, Mario Odyssey. If Mario Odyssey broke on me, it's not that big of a deal. I can play... I 100%ed Odyssey. I did it once. I can do it again. I know for some people it's a big problem. For me, it's not really. Plus, sometimes it's fun to play single-player games again. But multiplayer games are a completely different story. Splatoon? Yes, Splatoon cloud saves is where the only game I care about cloud saves on is Splatoon. The one game that doesn't have it. Like, my shirt. So, my gear right now, I have this bowling shirt. This bowling shirt is my favorite shirt. I love it to death. I've only ever seen it once on the app. I've never been able to get it again. I'd be heartbroken if I lost that shirt. It's stupid, but that's truly how I feel about it. Yeah, no, we lost. And that's the fact that they can't cloud save. It's so dumb. You could easily fix it. Nintendo, if they wanted to, could... Because the problem is, Nintendo stores data on the console and not in their own servers. So all of your information is linked to your own account, right? And people did this with the first Splatoon, I was told, where they actually like reset themselves if in case they lost a ranked match like I just did, so that way it didn't count. No other online game has this problem. No other online game has probably ever had this problem. Except for Splatoon and Nintendo, because they don't know how to make an online game. They're trapped in the year 1998, and they're so stupid they don't even get something that was figured out years ago. That's the main takeaway from Nintendo Online, is they're trying to do something that was already perfected years ago. The original Xbox had this shit figured out in 2001. But nope, Nintendo cannot get it right. It drives me crazy. Pokemon. I personally, I'm not the type of guy who names his Pokemon. That's just never been my style. But there are some Pokemon I really do care for. My favorite, and back when I was doing competitive play in Gen 6, I had my favorite Pokemon of all time, my Barbaracle. I named it, and I loved the sucker. If I were to... I still have it. If I were to lose it, that would break my heart. So, I know there are some people who really care about named Pokemon. Who actually care about this stuff. So, I totally get where they're coming from with wanting to name their Pokemon. And wanting to keep it. And I know Nintendo cares about cloud saves and whatnot for Pokemon because it'll destroy the Pokemon trading economy. And fine, let it die. Kill it if you have to. I have no problem with the Pokemon trade economy dying. It's already bullshit as is, because if you've ever tried to go on, like, the GTS, it's filled with people who want, like, stupid, like, Dialgas for a Caterpie, right? Because people are just stupid when it comes to the GTS. So I see no reason in us trying to salvage it. I don't. Let the trade economy in Pokemon die. Because Mew was big in Japan back in the late 90s, they still hold Mew and all sorts of other legendaries like Celebi in such high regard. And I don't know why. It doesn't matter. I mean, if there was monetary value to these things, then maybe I'd get it. But there isn't. You can't trade Pokemon for money. So why not just let it die? Why not just kill the trade economy? And I mean, with Splatoon, if people wanted to cheat, they can. We've seen, there was that whole thing in the rankings board, where someone hacked the board to make themselves all the top spots with names saying, "Fix your shit, Nintendo." I'm paraphrasing, that's not what they actually said. That's what they meant. And yeah, no, if someone wants to hack it, they will and can, easily. Because Nintendo has such piss-poor infrastructure, because they don't know how to do an online service. It's gonna happen whether they want to or not. And I mean, the people who will take effort to, like, cheat will do it. The people who won't. Because it would take, with cloud saves, it would take effort. I know some people care. I mean, you have 3 X ranks. That's nice. But yeah, no, I get it. I get both sides of the argument. But Nintendo could easily, there are at least 10 fixes to each of these problems that Nintendo could implement. But they're not going to because they're stupid. They don't get online. And that's my rant. Nintendo's, they're stupid. They don't get, they're stuck in 1998. And there are people who are defending it. That's the crazier part. Who are like, oh yeah, let's preserve these broken economies. Let's not have Nintendo fix their problems. Insufferable. Insufferable. Next up, another feature of the online, NES games. No, did anybody ask for this? Did anybody say, I want to be able to play NES games online? I cannot think of a single one. I mean, it could, I mean, I said before, the idea of taking, like, the original Zelda and having two people running around at the same time could be really cool. But that's not what it's going to be. And, oh yeah, let's play Balloon Fight online for the 100th time. Let's look at the novelty of it. Oh, woo. It's a novelty. It has no actual purpose. I don't get it. And, I mean, if Nintendo wants to make their own Netflix-style NES service that does everything. It does NES, it does Game Boy, it does SNES, it does N64, it does Game Boy Advance, it does GameCube. Yeah, sure, I'd happily pay money for that. I'd pay more than what I'm paying right now for Nintendo Online. Because even though I complain, $20 a year still isn't that bad. Is it worth it? Actually, maybe not. It may just be us giving free money to Nintendo with the hopes that they'll improve their service, even though by us giving them money, they won't. God, they're idiots. They're idiots. But, yeah, I don't care about the NES. And then they also said they showed off they're making NES controllers. Controllers that work for NES, and that you plug into your Switch, and they work. That's kind of cool. I'll admit that's kind of cool. I actually hope they do something similar. I seem to be one of the only people who wants a wireless GameCube controller. I don't know why, but I feel like, knowing modern technology the way I do, they could totally put all the wireless Bluetooth components in a GameCube controller, no problem. Instead of having to keep our wired system, they could totally do everything wireless, but yet they don't. And I don't know why. Whatever. I know there'd probably be some sort of input delay, and I know people will, like, ask a Melee fan, they only play on tube TVs because of the input delay. I know. God. I've been to a Melee tournament or two in my lifetime. Freaking hate Melee. Whatever. But I still think the wireless, and the most interesting thing to me about these NES controllers is how they're selling them. They're not selling them through, like, Best Buy or whatever, because Nintendo has an infamous thing for scalping. How they're doing it is if you go to the Nintendo, after you buy the online, what killed me? Oh, Splat bomb. If you go to, after you buy the Nintendo Online, you can go to their website, and there you can buy the controllers. One per person. It's clearly to avoid scalping, which Nintendo has a massive scalping problem. They always have, ever since, God, probably the N64 days. Maybe, probably not the NES. Nintendo has a huge scalping problem. And it looks as if the Nintendo, because I know in Europe, they have a store where you can go in and buy Amiibo and whatnot. I know they also do in Japan. But I'm presuming because of things like GameStop, they don't. They can't, like, GameStop forces them to not do that because that way GameStop can have exclusive control of their products. Or, not exclusive, but you know what I mean, right? Basically avoid what happened to the Sega Saturn. So, but Nintendo finally opening, I know they actually opened a storefront a few years ago and they were sold some common Amiibo on it. But it's an interesting way to do it. I don't, of course, $60 for two controllers is a lot, especially when you consider that to buy the controllers for an NES that's the same price as an NES Classic, and the non-Bluetooth wired controllers are half the price on the NES, right? Or not even half. It's $10 for a classic controller on an NES Classic. Which, hey, now that the NES Classic's being stocked up, this has less of a reason to exist. Which, actually, they could have I'm surprised they didn't make a dongle. that you can plug into the Switch so you could use the NES controller from the NES Classic. That's what I was expecting them to do. But of course, because of course Nintendo, when making their SNES Classic, their NES and SNES Classics, they didn't use the smart port USB 2.0. Nope. Instead, they decided to use freaking the Wii port. I don't even remember what it's called. That was their big idea. That's what they thought. Oh, let's use the Wii port. Because the Wii port is so good, even though the only system to use it is the Wii U, and we're phasing that out of existence. It should have been USB. They should have been USB controllers. That's still... Oh my god. I'm amazed the Switch has USB-C. That's such a forward, ahead of the curve move. Because I think most phones only got USB-C, I want to say last year, maybe 2 years ago. That's been working its way. Well, popularity-wise. In only the last few years. So Nintendo to do USB-C was kind of a big deal. That still amazes me. Let's see. Oh, and speaking of Wii, people, I keep seeing people want Wiimotes to be usable on Switch. Why? I personally think the Wiimote is Nintendo's like second worst controller, behind only the freaking N64 controller. I think the Wiimote is garbage, and nobody seems to agree with me on that. Or at least it seems to be a minimal thing. The Wiimote sucks, but yet people want it on Switch. The entire point of Switch is to deliberately get themselves away from the Wii U, from the Wii and Wii U. But no, people still want the Wii port for some reason. It's not going to happen. It better not happen. We need to distance ourselves from the Wii. Other companies bring out new consoles and get rid of old controllers all the time. It was basically standard practice until like the original Wii, which allowed you to use GameCube controllers sometimes. We should not be bringing back the Wiimote. No, thank you. The Switch Joy-Cons work fine. The classic controller works, or the new NES, the classic controller Pro is also really good. No, we have no reason to bring back the Wiimote. And it wasn't, I mean, the original Wiimote sucked, and we did Wii Motion Plus. I don't even have a Wiimote that uses Wii Motion Plus. Or it has built-in. I have like 3 of the dongles. But I don't actually have anything that has Wii Motion Plus built in. I didn't even get the Skyward Sword the Skyward Sword Gold controller, which was like the easiest way to do it back then. And then there were 2 more things with online. Oh, the online app. The app sucks. But nope, instead of adding in native voice chat, I mean, Fortnite added in native voice chat into the system, and it works fine. I don't see anyone complaining about how Fortnite did voice chat on the console. Nintendo could... Oh god, I need some water. Ooh, after this rant. Nintendo could totally get away with adding in voice chat onto the console. I mean, you could have the online app as an option, but it shouldn't be the only option. Right? But no, instead they doubled down on it. And right now, the only game to use the online app is Splatoon. And while there are some nice things in the Splatoon, seeing the upcoming maps, the Splatnet gear, there is some really good Splatnet gear. There's some stuff I really like. Yeah. There's some Splatnet gear, yeah, I think is really good. Some of that's good, cool, but no other game uses it, and they're clearly going to add, like, ARMS and Mario Tennis Aces support. But the online app is still a terrible idea. I don't know why Nintendo doubled down on it. I mean, if they want, they could still have the online app, but have a headphone jack as well. Well, and I know there are some things that are system intensive. Fortnite disabled the ability to capture video in Fortnite because it's too CPU intensive, and they want to focus on quality of experience more than they do right? More than they do video capture, which I get where they're coming from. So fine. But I don't care for it. The Nintendo Online app is just riddled with errors and just shows that Nintendo doesn't know what they're doing, and it's going to be disappointing. And then they say, oh, we're going to have special offers. But of course they're not going to elaborate on that, what that is. They may never elaborate on what that is. And then with their NES mobile library, it's clearly, much like the Wii U, it's clearly going to take them like 4 years to get Pokemon Snap. Or not until, of course, the system is dying, because they're going to slowly output games, because this is freaking Nintendo. I mean, if we were paying for them, it'd be even worse, because they charge $20 for us to buy Balloon Fight for the 20th time. Balloon Fight's not worth more than 50 cents. And yet, I want to say they charge like $2 for it. Why? Why? I hate Nintendo. They know how to make good games, but ask them to do anything else, and they're just completely incompetent. Okay. Nope, we lost this one. And yeah, that's the online. I'm gonna buy it just because I still want to play Splatoon online. But it is a massive disappointment, and Nintendo needs to fix their shit. They just literally copy what Microsoft's been doing, or Sony. They both did it better. Microsoft did it, and while I know Microsoft charges more, at what it currently has in it, it's not worth your money. It really isn't, unless you really are big into online games. Ugh. Oh god, my voice is killing me. Just gotta check a few things off. Oh god, I gotta at least win one more match. Wiimote, Nintendo Online. We're gonna change weapons, but I'm gonna go get something to drink. My throat, oh my god, that rant. Ugh, my throat is killing me. So give me a minute, I'll be right back. It's a good woofer. Oh yes, do you enjoy the Pats woofer? You're a good boy. Oh yes, you're a good boy. You're the good boy. Oh, who's a good boy? Who is it, the good boy? Look at it. Look at it. Everything the light touches is your kingdom, woofer. Oh, you're so good. You're so good. Oh my god. Don't slip off. Okay. Yes. Good boy. Good boy. Yes, I know you are. Okay, back at it. Yes, yes, I know. I know. Okay. Okay, so let's see where we're. Before I go into online, back to online, or back to the direct, because we still got so much to talk about. There are games I've played this past week. I've got a few of them. Oh, I was gonna change gear. Shit. I'll do it. I'll do it after this one. So, what have I been playing this past month? More Stardew Valley. I'm still addicted to Stardew Valley. Oh my gosh, that's. Ooh, Stardew Valley is still good. I'm working on. I'm almost done with all of my collections in the town hall. But one of the. I'm in fall of year 2. And one of the items I needed can only be gotten in summer. And I just missed over summer. So I have to wait a full year. And oh, finding that out broke my heart. Because I was like, oh, I'm going to have collection done by the end of the year. I only need like 2 more. I think it's 3 more things. But I've been playing Stardew Valley, listening to my podcast. It's been going good. Oh my god, I got stuck on the ink. But yeah, Stardew Valley's been enjoyable. I've been having a lot of fun with that one. What else? Mini Metro. So as part of college, I have books. I have so many books to read. But I was luckily able to find some of them on audiobook. So that way I can just listen to them. But just sitting down and listening to a book and not doing anything else is super boring sometimes. Especially with some of these college books. Alright, good night. How do I pronounce your name? Zrex D X Y C V U J B K U J Y H. Yeah. Okay. Thanks for joining me tonight, though. Yeah, so I did that. But yeah, so I've got these college books, and I've just got nothing better to do. So I started playing Mini Metro. It's a game, whenever I do a test stream, it's almost always my test stream game. For at least for like 2 years. But I finally, listening to the books, it requires just enough function to play without too much to be annoying. So I've been able to get into it. And yeah, no, it's really taken up my time when doing the audiobooks, but it still allows me to focus on them enough. I actually, right after I'm done with this, I'll be going back to my audiobooks because that's what I gotta do. I've read, just in the past week, I've read over 100 pages, listened to about 100 pages. It's a long haul. It is. But I'll have Mini Metro there. I've almost beaten the game. I mean, I've still got all the achievements, which I probably will do. And then, I think the only other thing I've been playing is Ocarina of Time 3D. I've been doing my whole Year of Zelda thing, and while, yeah, Ocarina should be a good contender for the actual Year of Zelda streams, I've been trying to do games I've never beaten. Link to the Past, the original Twilight Princess, right? The games I've never beaten. But, I mean, we'll be breaking that out by the end of the year with, what's the game? What game will I be doing that? Well, Wind Waker. Wind Waker's next. But I have been playing, but I booted up Ocarina, and I'm only, like, at the 3rd dungeon. I'm trying to find the fish to get into Jabu Jabu's belly. I don't remember where it is or how to get it. But that's what I'm kind of doing currently. And yeah, I barely started it. I probably haven't even put 2 hours into it, and this was just like 2 days ago. And yeah, I think that is all I've been playing. Nothing else really. Well, there is one more, actually. I'll show it off here in a second. But what my goal throughout the next like year or two. So I don't collect games. That's never been my style. But back in the day, I used to trade away games to like GameStop and whatnot. And while I do, if someone does that, I totally get why they do, especially if they're strapped for cash. But in recent years, ever since the Wii U, I've tried to trade away my games less and less. Whether for collecting them or the mentality that I've taken up recently is I'd rather have a game and never play it again than not have a game and want to play it again. So I've been trying to collect games, not just collect the stuff I'm interested in. And so the big one where I traded away games was on the Wii. So my goal is to get a bunch of Wii games. I think we lost that. I don't think we have the lead. I don't think. Oh no, we did have the lead. Cool, cool. So there's 6 games on the Wii I've been trying to collect. Oh, give me a second. Oh, God, water's good. And those 6... Okay, I've made it to the okay point. That's good, that's good. But, so 6 games that I didn't own all of them. There are 1 or 2 that I did not own that I am trying to get for the first time. But I picked up the first one. Let's see here. Actually, I'll just show this off. Is it this one? Yeah. Hey, look at my ugly mug. Skyward Sword. Ooh. Skyward Sword is the first of my 6. The others are Galaxy. It's Galaxy Punch-Out. Galaxy Punch-Out. Sonic Colors. New Super Mario Brothers. And there's one other. I don't remember what it is, but my goal is to get a bunch of games. Like, I've never owned the original Punch-Out. But I want it, and I had Skyward Sword, but I traded it away. I had New Super Mario Brothers, but my copy broke. But that's my goal. And then also right here, we got Skyward Sword, Wind Waker, and Twilight Princess. And then over here, with the 3DS with Ocarina. I have so many Zelda games just right here locally. Just right here sitting on my desk. Because I still have the Wii U hooked up as well. So I was testing it out because I bought a used copy, of course. And I just wanted to make sure it worked correctly. And I don't know if I'm going to play it for my Year of Zelda Skyward Sword. I'm considering it, but I'm also considering Majora's Mask. But I'm also considering Zelda 2. It just depends on what time we have. If I have enough time, because Skyward Sword is definitely going to be the longest, but if I have enough time, I'll do Skyward Sword. If I don't, I'll do Majora. If I have even less than that, I'll do Zelda 2. I'm just kind of figuring it out. So what weapon do I want to... I mean, I could go back to the classic Brella. Main, sub, special, favorites. Didn't I start off using the Brella though? Whatever. Whatever. Yeah, I've got a lot of... I've got a lot of games to pick up. It's gonna be a big deal. But again, I'm giving myself a while to do it. I don't think there's anything on DS. Well, yeah, I don't... There may be like one thing on DS I'm looking for. 1 or 2. But I think I have a good DS collection. I'm happy with my Wii U collection. Sure, I'm missing things like Hyrule Warriors or Pokken, but that's not a big deal to me. Oh, Kirby's Epic Yarn. Which, actually, that leads me back into the Nintendo Direct. So, Kirby's Epic Yarn got announced, or it's got a new name. Kirby's... Do I even have it on this list? Kirby's, so it's called Kirby's Extra Epic Yarn. And it looks... Yeah, no, it's Kirby's Epic Yarn. I feel like I'm in the minority here, but I really like Kirby's Epic Yarn. It was my first Kirby game, so I am biased. But yeah, no, it was really fun. I think I traded it away at some point into the Wii era. Yeah, I'll pick it up again at some point. But the 3DS version does add some new stuff, and I am considering it. Because the 3DS version's a fine supplement for it, as far as I'm concerned. We shall see, we shall see. Also on 3DS, Luigi's Mansion, which has a multiplayer mode. I kind of talked about that. It's a fine multiplayer mode. Really, it's I always liked the DS had the download play, where you just needed one person to play two copies of the game. That was always really cool, but the 3DS seems to have gone away from that. Like, you used to be able to play an entire... Well, and I mean, it was always limited, but, like, I think Mario Party or Mario Kart only allowed, like, certain maps or whatever. But download play was a really neat feature that never got properly developed. It was always super disappointing. Oh my god, I'm amazed they actually got that kill on me. But Luigi's Mansion, yeah, co-op's neat. Again, it gives me hopes for the new game, but we shall see. Well, I mean, Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon did have co-op in the form of, like, What was it called? It was the Scarescraper? Scarescraper was actually really fun. I enjoyed it. I didn't play it much, but I did enjoy it. And then the other three, there was only like two others. There's one I'm clearly forgetting. But I know there was also the Bowser's Inside Story. Now, out of all the Mario and Luigi games, I think Bowser's Inside Story is the best one. Personally, anyways. Oh, no. But Bowser, well, it's either Bowser's Inside Story or Dream Team. My thing is, though, my copy of Bowser's Inside Story is actually broken. Like, I boot it up, and you get to the point where you're in, like, the Cloud Kingdom, and you get the blue shell power-up, and my copy of the game just breaks. It doesn't work past... It just, like, freezes there, and I can never get past that moment, and I don't know why. Or at least it did... It may do it on both save files, but I feel like it only does it on, like, one of them for some reason. It was weird. That's all I remember, is that it was very weird and finicky with how it worked. But I'm not going to buy the 3D. I didn't buy the 3DS Rainmaker Superstar either. And that you can tell, most people consider Partners in Time the worst one, as per the fact that it's not getting a remake. Partners in Time was just disappointing. I mean, it's still Nintendo. It was still okay, but nah, it was disappointing. Let's be real here. But yeah, that's all the 3DS stuff. It's not very much stuff, which does lead me to believe that next year, even early on, by July next year, the 3DS will be phased out of existence. It's getting less and less games. Yeah, there still is probably going to be stuff. But personally, I don't think Nintendo is going to support the 3DS come next year. Oh yeah, 2K. I know they're still somewhere. But yeah, Nintendo's definitely slowing down on 3DS, which is good. Let's see, next up, New Super Mario Bros. U. You know, between New Super Mario Bros. U and Mario Maker, I wish they had ported New Super Mario Bros. U, or I wish they had ported Mario Maker. I feel like New Super Mario Bros. U gets a lot of shit. It's a perfectly fine game, but it's not anything amazing, right? I've definitely played other Mario games I've enjoyed more, and I know people are sick of the new branding, but I think Mario Maker would have definitely worked. Which, I mean, I know that Nintendo's out to kill the Wii's legacy, right? Let the past die, kill it if you have to. And that does look like what they're doing with the Wii U, that they're taking all of its games, putting them on the Switch. The only thing I don't think that's going to get ported is, like, Yoshi's Woolly World and Color Splash. Just because there's nothing good enough about them to port. Come on, we gotta push the Rainmaker, man. I lost it. Shit. We lost. Yeah, there we go. But yeah, New Super... Okay, there are some... I complained about this on Twitter one morning when I was, like, super tired. That, out of all the characters in the Mario universe, they couldn't think of anything more interesting than 2 generic Toads. And they replaced one of those Toads with Toadette. Oh, woo, that's super interesting, right? Toadette, such a big freaking deal. It isn't. No. Why not just... They created Peachette, which, okay, that's new at least. But why didn't they just make Peach? You may say, well, what about canon and lore and whatnot? But Mario doesn't have any lore. It still pisses me off that, spoilers, I guess. At the end of Odyssey, Mario doesn't get married to Peach. The entire game was setting it up. Finally, they were going to break the status quo. Finally, they were going to do something interesting with Mario instead of just Luigi. And nope, they just let us down by continuing the status quo and nothing fucking happened. It still annoys me to this day that they did that. Biggest letdown of Mario Odyssey. And, well, yeah, it's not that... It's basically just a nitpick. Ugh. Nintendo could have had something. They could have done something interesting with their Golden Boy. But nope, he still has to be their freaking generic-ass, bland-as-hell Golden Boy. That's why when he died, nobody gave a shit. Luigi died, yep, that mattered. Luigi's their freaking Golden Boy, man. He means everything to them. Mario's their Golden Boy, but nobody actually cares about Mario. Mario's a blank slate. Same thing with Link. Come on, make a path. No, I lost it. Shit. Now we both died. But, no, because nobody cared when Mario died, but everyone cared when Luigi's died. But hey, Isabelle fished his body out of the water, so nobody cares. So everything's good. I hope they do. I know, so Mario Odyssey, I know people wanted DLC, but it doesn't look like we're getting it. It doesn't look like... I don't think we're getting Mario Odyssey DLC. If we were, they would have announced it. Because we're almost a year away from Mario Odyssey's release date. And we have nothing. I don't think we're getting Mario Odyssey DLC. I want it. I don't think it's going to happen. I do hope, though, that if we get Luigi's Mansion DLC, I would love if it was, I'd love if it was the Castlevania stuff. If they made a Castlevania DLC for Luigi's Mansion 3, that would be so cool. Come on, right? That'd be so much fun. I mean, the licensing would be a nightmare, but it'd be cool if they did it. Or even if they just made a Castle DLC that had, like, oh, what is it? Squadron Supreme equivalents? where it's basically the copyright, but not exactly. That's why they're able to get away with it. Or did they lose the Rainmaker? Oh god, it reset in the center. Because they fell off the ledge. That would have been... Oh my god, I moved the Rainmaker farther than they did. Yeah, that's not good. But yeah, New Super, no interest in it. I know they're fine games technically, but I could not care less. Come on. Protect me! Shit, guys, come on. I'm moving the Rainmaker closer than I'd like. Oh no. Okay, good. Yeah, no. So no interest. And why did they keep the U? Just call it New Super Mario Brothers Deluxe. Nobody would care. I know it's not a port of the original, but I guarantee nobody would care. Or, well, my other idea for New Super Mario Brothers, which I talked about how I wanted it to be a collection in the last Splat chat. The other idea that I kind of liked even more was if they added Wario as a player, both Wario and Waluigi, and made a New Super Wario Brothers U. Same vein as New Super Luigi, but with Wario. That would have been so much cooler. But no, that's not what they did. Where are you guys? Come on, lead me to victory. Come on. I'm so freaking slow, guys. Oh my gosh. I'm so close. But a New Super Wario Brothers U would have been really cool. And we got it, yes. Next up, Yoshi's Crafted World. This doesn't... I have Yoshi's Woolly World. I got like 4 worlds in, but I never beat it. It was a fine game. My biggest hope is that they have analog aiming. I get on the SNES, you're right, you didn't have an analog stick, you couldn't do analog aiming, so it rotates up and down. But in the modern age, we had an analog stick. There was no reason for Yoshi's Woolly World not to have better aiming. But nope, they did it with the classic way because Nintendo's stuck in 1990... Because Nintendo was, at the time, stuck in 1992 and run by idiots. Well, they're always... God, ever since the N64 era. That's when I think it started. I mean, yeah, you got a lot of good stuff in the GameCube, game-wise, because no matter what, Nintendo's good at games, but no matter what, they're still... God, idiots. But Yoshi Crafted World looks fine. I like the being able to rotate back and forth at any time. That adds a layer of depth. I probably will pick it up. If I had to guess a release date, it's going to take up Kirby's slot this year, so it's going to be in, like, March. That's a fine release date for it. And I want to say it's Nintendo's first game that uses Unreal Engine 4, which is cool. That's cool. Oh, I wonder, did I talk about last time? A Hat in Time is getting ported to the is coming to the Switch. They said it wasn't possible because I want to say Hat in Time uses Unreal Engine 3. But since... Oh, shit. The sniper got... Wow, that was a good shot from the sniper. Well, I mean, you know what I mean. But it looks like A Hat in Time is coming to Switch. I think it was on Unreal Engine 3, so there was complications there. But yeah, the same engine that makes, I want to say Fortnite, is making the Yoshi game. Which, okay, I did not see that coming, but I'll take it. Let's see, what do I got next? Game Freak has a game called Town coming out. Game Freak, they did what? Harmo Knight. They did it wasn't called Drill Dozer. It was called It was something like that. It was a fine game, right? Game Freak's done some good stuff outside of Pokemon. I know that's what we know them all for, but they've done fine stuff. And yeah, town looks fine. It's an interesting gimmick. I'll give them that. Oh god, I couldn't dodge that. So yeah, town looks fine. I hope they give it a better name and don't call it Project Town. I still, even though we make, right, Octopath Traveler just got, Project Octopath Traveler just got called Octopath Traveler. I think we make fun of that, but honestly, I think Octopath Traveler is a great, it stuck around for so long that we all just got used to the name. So it wasn't that big of a deal, and I think it's a fine name to describe the game. I haven't played it, but from what I've seen, yeah, it looks to be a fine representation. How did the Rainmaker get over here? Oh, nice. I'll take a 2-shot kill. Or 2. Yeah, town. We'll see. We'll see. Civilization 6 got a, got announced for Switch. Civilization is also one of those games that, much like I talked about, Mini Metro earlier, that's good for the audiobook stuff, or at least it kind of is. If you're playing like early game Civ, yeah, no, if you listen to an audiobook, you'll do fine. But when you get later into the game and it gets more involved, it's a hard one to audiobook because there's just so much going on. But it's cool. I actually bought Civ 6 in like January of this year, and I think it's a fine game. Oh god, there's someone right behind us. Nope, I wasn't gonna. I was gonna book it, but I was all out of my element. But it's cool. It's coming to Switch. It looks fine. They have a full player mode, which I think is also on PC, but I heard it sucked on PC. I'll admit I'm a bigger fan of Civ. Between Civ 6 and Civ 5, I'm a bigger fan of 5. But especially, well, after all the DLC, because the DLC is what made it worth its money. I think we got it. But yeah, it's cool. It's coming. Daemon Ex Machina. I'm not a fan of mech, like mecha anime, mech games. Just not my style. So yeah, but it looks fine. I've heard, I think people played it at PAX, I want to say, and had good things to say about it. Maybe it was Gamescom. One of them. So yeah, it's probably a fine game. It's just not my style. I think it's also coming out next year. Another 2018 may be a letdown for some people, but 2019 is looking all right. See, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about bundles. Super Mario Party. So Super Mario Party comes out October 2nd. I want to say it may be the same day as Mega Man. There's like a bunch of things. Some of them I didn't even go over. Come out like like the 18th. So next Friday. There's so many games that come out on the 18th. Some are better than others, but it's interesting nevertheless. A lot of stuff. Just in September. But Super Mario Party, I want it to be good. I like Mario Party. I love, I'm a big fan of. I didn't have an N64. Well, okay, N64 is complicated for me, but I didn't have a GameCube or anything. What I did have was a What I did have was a, I had a Wii, and the Wii, I actually don't have that one anymore either. That may be one I buy again. The Wii had Mario Party 8. Mario Party 8 was a lot of fun. I feel like I'm kind of in the minority there with it, but I've really enjoyed Mario Party 8. So it seems, Mario Party 8 seems to be coming to Switch. What? Where are you with that Rainmaker guy? You know you gotta take it over here, right? Oh god, they pushed me into the water. Yeah, okay, there you are. You're coming this way. Oh, so close. Nice. I was just like, one of us grab it and run. But Mario, so right, I'm a big Mario Party 8 was the last traditional one. I was a big fan of it. I really enjoyed it. I think it's a lot of fun, kind of underrated. And then Mario Party 9 came out. I did play it. I think it gets too much shit. I think it was trying to do something different, and I think for what it did, for in itself being different, I think it's a fine game. But then Mario Party 10 came out. I thought the Bowser mode was really cool. The problem was it was unbalanced to hell, and they only had like 3 boards. And then they just did and also the cart system, they should not have kept the cart system for the Bowser mode. Or Mario Party, the cart system works in 9, in my opinion, as a one-time thing. They should not have kept doing it in subsequent games. They did it in 10, and it did not work in 10. And then there were like 3 Mario Party games on 3DS. The Mario Party on DS was good. I actually really enjoyed it. I liked the single player mode as well. Really fun. But all the other Mario Party games on DS, Island Tour, Top 100 was garbage. I didn't even play, but I can tell you it was garbage. I played Island Tour, it was bad. All the other games just have not worked. There was one other one as well. There may have been even 2 more. And they just all... Mario Party does not work. With the exception of DS, that one time, you got lightning in a bottle once, and ever since then, I feel like they've been trying to recreate it, and just unsuccessfully. It's never worked. But now they're going to keep trying, and I have no hope. I have no hope in Mario Kart and Super Mario Party. I want it to be good, but I'm not going to buy it. I don't think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be shallow. The boards look small. The fact that you can play as Bowser doesn't bode well. Because one of the big parts of Mario Party is just dicking people over. And the fact that Bowser's playable means that might not even be possible. So, I don't know. I don't think that it's going to be as good as we want it to be. I'm just saying. Super Mario. So, we got 2 updates. One for Splatoon and one for Aces. Splatoon is still a game I'm still playing. I mean, I'm playing it right now. Mario Party Aces, I heard, was also really shallow. I mean, it looked to be a return to formula for Mario Tennis, and I know a lot of people were excited for it. But I heard it was just a letdown. It was shallow. I thought the demo was fine. Why didn't you die? I don't know what to expect from Mario Tennis. I guess they added in Birdo, Paratroopa, and one other character. Cool. Oh god, they're always right behind me. But Mario Tennis Aces, I have no hope. I don't think there's anything they can do that can make it subsequent. Especially with the online coming out. New co-op whatever mode. Yeah, whatever. They cannot salvage it. It's kind of already fallen apart in my eyes. Did they get it? Either we just ran for it, or they just ran for it and totally got it. Or the map just... No, wow, they got... I didn't even know they had gotten it. I thought that guy was just coming to kill us. Wow. Oh, God, I didn't even see... I wasn't even paying attention to where the Rainmaker was. Yeah, Mario Tennis Aces, no hope for it. Oof, I'm probably gonna... if I lose, like, I think it's 2 more matches I rank down, or I just stick at S. Yeah, that'll probably be what happens. Do I want to change my gear? Nah, I still like my Runbrella. Splatoon got an update. They added new weapons. I think they also added new gear. The trailer was fascinating because they basically recreated like an anime opening, and they did a really good job at it. In the trailer, I'm assuming they also showed off a new stage. That's neat. That was neat. That comes, I think, in early October. They're also redesigning, I want to say is it Starfish main stage? Or is it the Urchin Underpass? They're redesigning one of the pre-existing things. They did the first thing, and they did the same thing in Splatoon 1. They redid one of the maps. So I'm all aboard them redesigning a map. Sure. But that's how... I think the map's already been pulled from rotation, and I think it goes back into rotation next week, if I'm correct, for the next Splatfest. But yeah, new gear. The new weapons are kind of whatever. Watching the trailer, what I thought they were doing was they were adding a new mode. Because we see this hammer, and this hammer actually... We see a hammer, we see these grenades, and I'm wondering, like, are they going to add a new mode with the hammer and grenades? If they are, that would be... Shit. God, that was fast. If they're adding a new mode with the hammer or with the grenades, that would have been really cool. I'm always down for a new mode. Clan Blitz, as I know, mixed for people, so a 5th mode would have been really cool. But that doesn't appear like what they're doing. The hammer seems to be a new special, and the grenades seem to be a new sub that you shake or something. I don't know. I feel like either of them could have made a new mode, but that's not what they're doing. So, disappointing. Disappointing. But we'll see. They're also... The other thing is they're adding a change to the Splatfests, where before you had like team battle, where you had to get with, I want to say it was 4 friends from the same team, and you could team up. I've never actually done team battle. I never did, and I'll never do that. But now what it seems to be is you get joined up with a group of people, and you compete to see how many times you can win in a row. Can you win 10 times in a row with one team? Can you win 100 times in a row? Kind of like that 100-player thing in Mario Maker. Which, that's a neat thing. It's better than what we had before, in my opinion. We'll see how it affects the new Splatfest. Retro versus modern. And we may, depending on, if I need friends to play it, I only have like 2 friends that play Splatoon 2. And they're not, they wouldn't. But if I can just do it with random people, then we will check it out next week after doing Twilight Princess. Because we still got to do Zelda Month. We still got to beat Twilight Princess. We're at the Temple of Time. That's kind of super important right now. I just saw them glitch backwards. What the heck? Come on, get them. Yes. Yes. But yeah, Splatoon got a new update. Cool, cool. I know there are also some other changes, I guess, that they've added in. I haven't personally seen them. I feel like they were adding a new ink tank or something, but I haven't actually seen any of it. So I'm assuming it's not in yet? I don't follow the Splatoon Tumblr, the Squid Research Lab, or whatever the hell they call it. So I wouldn't know. I talked about Super Mario Party. Pokemon. This will lead into 2 things. So, Pokemon Let's Go, it's still... I feel like the reaction to this game is mixed, and I definitely see where that's coming from. Personally, I think it looks fine. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Nope, we lost that. I think Pokemon Let's Go looks fine. The new trailer showed off HMs, which they're not HMs anymore. They're just special moves. Pokemon, I mean, they were able to get rid of Mew. They were able to get rid of HMs. They could totally fix up the whole Mew situation. But no, it's exclusive to Pokeball Plus because Nintendo, or the Pokemon company, is just as foolish as Nintendo sometimes. Sometimes. I mean, it all depends. I don't know what to think of Pokemon. I'm gonna buy it either way. God, I've got so much money going around, and then I may even get a PS4. Oh, I'm not getting a PS4 this year. What am I saying? I've got too much money shifting hands. Come on. Come on, support me. Back me up. Oh, God, no. Close. But Pokemon Let's Go. And they also... This was another thing that got spoiled before the Direct. Nintendo just kind of showed it off. Another thing I didn't even mention was Yoshi's Crafted World. The name leaked. Yeah, that sucks. Whatever. That was actually just purely by accident by Nintendo. Like, it leaked even before the Direct had happened. Oh my God, they moved fast. They took that thing almost across the entire map. Oh wow, that was horrible. But we have a special edition Pokemon. Let's go. I'm going to rank down. Or at least keep my rank as S. Yeah, that's not good. That's not good. I think this is my only other S rank. I think everything else is A. Well, this and tower control, because I really enjoy tower control. Yeah, see, we're maintaining our rank as S. But so we have a special edition. I don't think it looks that good. I mean, I love the Splatoon pink and green Joy-Cons. I'd actually love pure pink, but I know they don't do that. Or there was the Mario Odyssey red, which I think was different than the Neon red. But now we got the Pikachu and Eevee. But the most interesting thing is, it's the first special edition Nintendo to have decals on the, like, Switch dock. That hasn't been done before. And then we got the Smash Bros. One as well. The Smash Bros. One, so you have the special decal on the dock, and the decal on the dock is cool. It's still just a sticker. But then you have the Joy-Con, and these things are just laughable. All they did was add in the white bar that they've been using in Smash. They didn't do anything special with it. They just added in a white bar, and it looks like a sticker they slapped on. It's embarrassing. I mean, the thing that would have been cool is maybe if they made it like black Joy-Cons, because the current Joy-Cons are gray. If they had done pure black, that would have been cool. But or if they had done like really colorful ones, like a Smash Ball with like a black line in it, that would have been really cool. But no, it's just a stupid white line that doesn't even look that different from the gray. It's disappointing, to say the least. But those were our two special editions. Oh, yeah! Yeah! So they announced... So there's one of these companies, like a tabletop company, is bringing tabletop games to the Switch. Model Digital? They're adding Carcassonne? Some game I've never heard of. I don't know what to think of it, honestly. It's whatever. Lord of the Rings card game, which basically just looks like, the Lord of the Rings card game looks just like, Hearthstone. I've never played Hearthstone, but it looks like what I think Hearthstone looks like. So that's whatever. Pandemic. Pandemic is, where'd did they die? Oh, God. Oh, I'm amazed I got that kill off. Pandemic. So, there's a game called Plague Inc. I used to be really into Plague Inc., but before it was called Plague Inc., it was called Pandemic, or in my case, Pandemic 2. Back in high school, we used to go into the computer lab and play it during, like, lunch or whatnot. Pandemic 2 was really fun, but this Pandemic, the card game or board game or whatever, seems to be the inverse of the Pandemic I played, where instead of trying to kill the world, you're saving it. So I don't know how to feel about that one. But those are the three that are coming fairly soon-ish, I think. But they're adding ones outside of that, those being, Oh, that was clever. Oh my god, that was a clever placement. They're adding Munchkin, which I've never heard of. It could be good, it could not be. They didn't actually show it off. But the other one is Settlers of Catan, or just Catan. From what I had been told, Catan is the greatest board game ever made. I wouldn't know. I've never played it. But I've been told numerous times. And if that is remotely true, I would be interested in buying Catan if they do it. I don't know if it's going to have online play. God, maybe I need to make some new friends to play Catan with. Because I've never played it, but gosh, have I been told nothing but great things about Catan? Because I'm actually, I love video games, but I'm also a huge board game guy. You know, well, board game, card games, you know, your Cards Against Humanity, there's the Cyanide and Happiness one, there's a Binding of Isaac one coming out that I kickstarted, Werewolf, I like Werewolf, and my favorite, Secret Hitler. Secret Hitler is the pinnacle of card games for me. So if Catan can be better than that, I'll be impressed. I'll give it all the credit it deserves. We'll see. We'll see. But I'm considering it. Maybe not until next year. Smash Ultimate Bundle. So we've got two things left. We've got one thing left. Well, kind of two. And Smash Bros. And we'll end off, well, we'll end off with Smash Bros. Kind of. So, Final Fantasy. I'm not a big Final Fantasy fan. I've played 6, but that's about it. Don't get me, I liked 6. I've never beaten 6. But I've never played like 7, 8. I've never even seen, well, up until a few days ago, I've never seen footage of 8. I've still never seen footage of 8, actually. I've never seen footage of 9 up until the Direct. I've never seen footage of 11. I've never seen footage of 12. And, well, I've probably seen footage of 14 at E3. But I know very little about a lot of Final Fantasy games. Right? I know the classics 1, 5, 7, 6. But there's a lot I don't know anything about. But they're announcing 12... Well, they started off with Crystal Chronicles. Crystal Chronicles was, I'm assuming, supposed to originally show up at this conference. But instead, they delayed it, or instead, they showed it off at like a Sony event and announced it was coming to Switch, and then they showed it off. They announced Chocobo's Mystery Dungeon. Something I actually like the Pokemon Mystery Dungeons games, but not any of them after, like, all the ones on 3DS I could never get into. Right? But I get the appeal of Mystery Dungeons games. Going back to Crystal Chronicles, because I completely skipped over it for some reason. I think Crystal Chronicles looks fine. I know it was a GameCube game first, but I probably won't buy it just because I have too many other things to focus on. But Crystal Chronicles happened, right? That happened. Then they revealed Final Fantasy XII: The Zodiac Age, a game I know nothing about, but hey, it's coming to Switch. That's cool. And then I was like, oh, cool, we're getting Final. And then it just kept stacking. I know in the Game Explains discussion right before the Direct, John said, oh, we're going to get Final Fantasy VII. And then when they redid the discussion, it's like, oh, we're going to get Final Fantasy VIII, or we're going to get Final Fantasy VII, 9, and 10, and 12. He just kept pushing up the ante, and I was like, John, you're crazy. Right? Just listening to the discussion. No, we're not even getting it 7. What's with all these? But nope, he was right. We got 7, 9, and 10, and 12. The only Final Fantasy, again, I know a lot about 7, but I've never played it. I probably will pick up 7 for the first time on Switch. I'll fully admit that. I was waiting for the remake, but since the remake is stuck in development hell, that's probably not going to happen. Right? Oh my god, we actually... Oh shit, I was hoping that somebody else was up. I knew nobody else was up there. But all the remakes are cool. I'm probably only going to pick up the 7 remake. Or or whatever the 7 port is. But it's cool that they did it. Right? There's a lot of good games. We don't have release dates for any of them. Of course we don't. I wouldn't expect anything less. But it's cool to see they're supporting the Switch. There's also Final Fantasy Maxima. From what I've been told, Maxima is basically like a Pokemon game, but with Final Fantasy characters instead of Pokemon. Yeah, that's kind of cool, I guess. I'm not going to play it. Again, as we talked about earlier with Xenoblade Chronicles 2, I have bigger priorities. When it comes to RPGs, anyways. You want to take it. Yeah, we got a lot of fun. Square Enix is really supporting the Switch. That's really cool. I'm great. I'm grateful for that. The next thing, I swear I had this on the list, but I guess I didn't. Katamari Damacy Reroll. This was my biggest, honestly, this was my biggest surprise of the Direct. even bigger than freaking Luigi's Mansion or, of course, the final thing. I did not see Katamari Damacy reroll coming. And, you know, it looks really cool. I've never played a Katamari Damacy game. I've seen Game Grumps play, I think, all of them, maybe? I know I've definitely seen them play Katamari and Katamari Forever. But I would say I will definitely be buying this day one because I'm really interested. But it has a winter release date. And the rumored release date is December 7th. The same day as Smash Bros. If that's true, I won't be buying it at launch. I have priority with Smash Bros. If that is true, maybe either push it up or push it back. Put it in January. I think that's a terrible idea, releasing it on the same day as Smash Bros. Because much like, say, like the Mega Man Legacy Collection, my hope is that if it does well, they may make a new one. Right, it's testing interest, which is always cool. That's what I hope happens, anyways. God, they pushed me back, and holy crap, that was a lot of misses. We shall see. But Katamari Damacy, that looks cool. Reroll, yeah, everything looks great. I'm super excited for that one. That was my biggest surprise, and yeah. And then lastly, we got to talk about the big one, the Smash Bros. One. Freaking Animal Crossing. Now, I've watched I like watching reaction videos for these Nintendo Directs. It's always fun. That's why I do them, because I think it's fun to watch them. And the Nintendo Direct reaction, almost everyone I saw, when they showed this off, it cuts to Isabelle. Everyone, their first thought was always, oh, new Animal Crossing. It goes on for 10 seconds, and then they're like, oh yeah, Smash Bros. Is a thing. It's Isabelle and Smash Bros. I feel like I'm on the minority here. When I saw Isabelle, my first thought was, yeah, no, this is Smash Bros. I didn't even consider a new Animal Crossing. So it happened, we got Isabelle. Now, when last week I talked about clones, or I talked about Echo Fighters, and when I talked about Echo Fighters, while I definitely agreed Isabelle was coming, my main worry with her as an Echo of Villager was that Villager is too, I'm going to say evil. Isabelle is very pure when you think about it, and I didn't think she would be a good Echo for Villager. But what they did with her, I think, is 1,000 times better, where she's not an Echo. She's a clone. Much like in Melee, right, you had clones like Dr. Mario, Falco, or Ganondorf, who were clones of Fox, Mario, and Captain Falcon, respectively. It was a nice, right, because you took a character, you had brand new models, you gave them some new moves, but they were basically clones. They're clones in everything but name. And then, right, Smash Wii U had Lucina and Dr. Mario and Dark Pit, who were just straight up clones. And then they retconned them and called them Echoes, and now everyone accepts them and still hates clones. Isabelle's an interesting one because she's a clone, not an Echo. She has Villager's moveset, but it's changed up enough that they're not classifying her as a clone or an Echo. They're classifying more as a clone, which they classify clones as original characters. And I think that was the right way to do Isabelle. Make her her own character. Just have some of Villager's like setup and moveset, but allow her to do her own thing. Because like Isabelle wielding a knife, like a axe, wouldn't have worked. But giving her a fishing rod, yeah, no, that works a lot better. Having her wear a balloon helmet doesn't work. But giving her a swing, that really works. The animations on Isabelle are all really well done. Honestly, I made her just for the animations alone. I could never get into Villager. He was just not my style of character. Oh god, they were waiting for me. Yeah. But then, so we get Isabelle, and it's cool. I feel like going into it, a lot of people were actually, we've been talking about Echoes and whatnot, I feel a lot of people were really excited for Isabelle, but now that she's revealed, I feel like a lot of people are disappointed. And I don't get it. I don't... Nintendo fans are a pain in the ass. Because they're all sluts for Nintendo, but yet they hate Nintendo, but they don't want to admit it. Like, I was in Discord right after the Direct, and people were actually really negative on the Direct inside Nintendo circles. But when I went outside of Nintendo circles and just checked, like, general consumer, no, it was really positive. So I don't know what's going on. I don't really get the people's reaction to this Direct. It could go either way. Come on, back me up, dumbasses. No! Oh, God, I didn't know if there was nobody near me or what. There was one guy. Is it just the three of us? It is, isn't it? Oh, no. Okay, so there is another guy. But yeah, so Isabelle, I think it's cool. I'm totally on board with her being in the game. After that, though, then it showed Tom Nook. When it showed Tom Nook, I was like, well, watching Isabelle, I didn't know if she was an Echo or not. It was later confirmed on the website she isn't. But when we saw Tom Nook, I was like, are they going to give us an Echo? Is Tom Nook going to be an Echo? Is he going to be the Echo Villager? Because Tom Nook could totally work as a... Oh my god, that was an amazing shot. They didn't even know I was there. Probably, anyways. So Tom Nook, that was my original thought. And then as it kept going, I was like, no, they're not. They're announcing it as an Echo. It's interesting because when they show Isabelle, no matter what video I see, everyone gets really excited, and then when they realize it's for Smash, they get let down. But then when Tom Nook shows up, it's like, oh yeah, no, they are announcing it. But because of how they did Isabelle, everyone seems always underwhelmed by the Smash Bros. React. Right? The announcement, it doesn't let them down. They're still excited. But showing Isabelle and then the way they announced Animal Crossing being a lot slower, it seems to have taken a lot of steam out of it, if you know what I mean. Which I know that kind of... I don't think it upset anyone. I mean, we're still excited. And even with an Animal Crossing, did anyone really expect to see footage? Even though I guarantee in, like, January we are going to get footage. Because if I had to take a guess, the game Animal Crossing is coming out in May. As a gambling man, I put money on May. Because Animal Crossing is I consider Animal Crossing a spring title. Spring and summer. It does not work as a fall or winter game. So I do distinctly think we are getting Animal Crossing early in the year. May. May is my guess. It could be... I don't think it's going to be any later than that. I know we haven't seen anything, but still, I think May would be a great time for it. At least that's just my opinion. Come on. Come on. Yes. There we go. Oh my god, my throat's killing me again. But that's my May. We're going to see gameplay of it soon. And for our fall game, it's going to be Metroid Prime 4. I have a lot of money. Well, not actual money. But, you know, I expect Metroid Prime 4 to keep coming out next year. I'd be surprised if it wasn't. Oh god, my voice. And yeah, that's everything in the Nintendo Direct. It was a lot. 25 things, and I completely skipped over some random stuff. Stuff that just personally did not matter to me. But before we end off, hey, look, we got our maps updated. I think it's going into tower control. As always, we gotta end off with some Smash Bros. My original plan was to talk about stages. Which, you know, I guess we could talk about stages. Well, we'll do a single round of tower control. Ooh, a salty sea snail. I have not played tower control since I leveled up into S+. I've been worried. We're going to do a single game. So with stages, I think they looked at it, and we have 101 stages. That's amazing in and of itself. Again, Smash Bros. Best game ever made. But if I had to take a guess on how many stages, there were some I hope we get back. Pac-Maze, Yoshi's Woolly World, I think we are definitely getting back. And I think we are going to get, like, if Rex and Pyro make it in, we're going to get a stage for them. I think, like, we're going to get 2 new stages. There's rumored to, oh god, we only got 3 people, shit. Well, this game's a loss. There's rumored 3 more stages, and I think those stages, or there's rumored 2 more characters. I know, a lot of people want Skull Kid. I feel like I talked about this last time. I actually don't think Skull Kid should be in the game. I just don't, I don't see a moveset. I just don't see enough. Well, I know people want an original Zelda character. I just don't think there's enough interest in him. I just don't think there's enough of him for the game. I'm gonna eat my words, because it's funny, right before the Nintendo Direct, I remember saying, I'm not excited for the Nintendo Direct. The only thing that interests me is Smash Bros. And Animal Crossing, even though I doubt we're gonna get Animal Crossing. Just to be followed up by the announcement of Animal Crossing. I have this thing that happens where whenever I say something isn't going to happen in a Nintendo Direct, that means it's going to happen. And I've never acknowledged it before, because I know the second I acknowledge it, that means my power is gone. I did the exact same thing with Metroid Prime 4. I said Metroid Prime 4 wasn't going to happen, and then boom, it happened. So that's my superpower, and now that I've said it, it's not going to happen. You know, the Let's Play curse of killing celebrities. Yeah, that's my Let's Play curse. We're not gonna, nothing new is gonna happen. God, I was facing the wrong way with my shield. But yeah, no, we'll see. Stage-wise, alright, so I don't think Skull Kid, Rex and Pyra, or Elma, either one of them is gonna get a stage. We're definitely gonna get some DLC stages. That's for sure. That we're gonna get some DLC stages. If I had to, my hope is that they add back in all the stages. They add in floats, right? And even some of the scrolling. The only ones I can see not making it back in are like the scrolling stages, the Ice Climber scrolling stage, the Donkey Kong scrolling stage, Rumble Falls. I can see those stages not making it back in. Other than that, though, I do legitimately think we're going by the end of it, because there's got to be DLC. I know there is, and that's going to get us, I don't think we're going to get a Pokemon either, because they're going to give us a DLC Gen 8 Pokemon, right? That, we're not going to get Incineroar, we're not going to get Decidueye, we're going to get a we're going to get the Grass Pokemon from Gen 6. If I was a gambling man, that's what I'd say we're going to do. We're going to get a few more Echoes, none of them are going to get stages, Shadow's going to be an Echo, other than that, I don't know. I can see Geno being our character, and then Elma or Rex and Pyra. Those are the last 2 characters I'm not even going to say I want, but I would not be surprised. Other than that, literally anything goes. And with DLC, anything goes, and anything's possible. Who knows? But with the game coming out on December 7th, my guess is we're not going to get, I actually don't think we're going to get anything in October. October is going to go silent. We're not going to get a Nintendo Direct. We're not going to get a Smash Bros. Direct. And then in November, we're going to get our Smash Bros. Direct. I don't think we're going to get a Nintendo Direct. And the Smash Bros. Direct will reveal Spirits, or right, the Spirits mode. It'll talk about the online, and it'll give us our last characters, officially revealing everything before the game releases. That's just a guess, though. Or at least that's what I expect. That's my take on how they're going to do it. But hey, we've still got 2 months to go. That's another 2 Splat and chats, and then we switch over to Smash and Chat for the rest of time. Good times. Why are they all wearing this? They're all wearing, like, not the same gear, but, like, generally the same stuff. Right? A white shirt with pants and just some generic-ass shoes. Well, that's the Splatfest shirt. But yeah, that's all. I've talked about a lot. There was one more thing I wanted to talk about, but we'll save that for next month. That'll be the first topic for Splat and Chat 8. But yeah, so next, I don't think I'll be able to stream tomorrow. I doubt anything's gonna happen. But so I doubt we'll do in the Temple of Time. But next week we will do the Temple of Time. And then maybe like at like 2 a.m. in the morning, we're going to do like one of those lo-fi hip-hop beats to chill and relax to. and we'll play some Splatoon 2, and we'll do the Splatfest. I'll show off the 100 mode, maybe. Or maybe we'll do it on Saturday. I don't know. Just at some point, I do plan. I'd like to do that and show it off, or not. We'll wait until Splatfest next month. We'll see. I have, my only plan is Chaos right now. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed Splat and Chat number 7. We're finally ranking it up there. Yeah, no, it's going pretty well. This actually went a lot smoother than I was expecting it to be. But yeah, I had a good time. I hope you all enjoyed. Stay tuned for more. Until next time, peace.